The human warship Horizon Dawn drifted slowly through the quiet emptiness of space. Its engines hummed with a steady, low rhythm, nothing like the flash and roar of the sleek alien ships that zipped past it. Every pilot who saw it laughed. The ship was big and heavy, with thick metal plates covering every corner. It had a square shape, not sharp edges like the others. Many across the galaxy called it slow, weak, and outdated. On the bridge, Commander Laura Grant stood with her hands behind her back, watching the stars. She was not tall, but she had a presence that made the crew listen carefully to every word. Her dark hair was tied in a simple bun, and her face held a quiet determination. She knew what the galaxy thought of her ship. She knew the aliens laughed when they heard its name, but she did not care. She had a plan. "Status report," Laura said, her voice calm. Lieutenant Adam Cole, her second officer, turned from the console and spoke. "All systems functioning, Commander. Shields are at full capacity. Engines are operating at 90% efficiency." Laura nodded. "Good. Keep it steady. We are not rushing to impress anyone. We move carefully. That is our strength." Adam frowned slightly. "Commander, they will call us slow again. The other fleets are faster. They will reach the battle zones long before us." Laura smiled faintly. "Let them come fast. That is their weakness. We move slow, but we move smart. That is why we survive." The crew worked silently around them. Every officer knew their part. Every engineer, every gunner, every navigator understood that speed was not their main power. They focused on precision, endurance, and patience. The Horizon Dawn might be slow, but it could take hits no other ship could survive. It could hold energy no other ship could store. It could strike at the exact right moment when everyone else thought it was too late. Outside, the stars stretched in long lines as the ship glided forward. Other ships passed, moving like quick comets. Aliens from dozens of species waved at each other in greetings, their hulls shining bright in the light of nearby stars. When they saw the Horizon Dawn, many rolled their eyes or whispered to their neighbors. "Is that really a human warship?" one alien pilot asked. "Yes," another replied. "It looks like an old cargo ship. It will never reach the fight in time." Laura heard nothing. She did not need to. She had faced mockery before. She had learned that words did not matter. Actions did. Inside the ship, the crew moved in harmony. Engineers adjusted the energy flow to the reactor, making sure the slow charge built up evenly. Weapons officers checked targeting systems, practicing calculations that would take minutes in battle. Laura believed in preparation. Every calculation, every adjustment, every small check mattered. Lieutenant Cole walked past the observation window and looked at the approaching fleet of alien ships. "They have numbers," he said quietly. "Hundreds of them. We are small in comparison." Laura's eyes did not leave the stars. Size and numbers are not everything. We have something they do not. We have patience and focus. Remember that, Adam. One correct move beats 100 rushed ones. The ship passed through a small asteroid field, its thick hull protecting it from minor collisions. Outside, smaller, faster ships darted in and out, avoiding rocks and moving like insects. Some laughed again when they saw how slowly the Horizon Dawn moved, but the humans paid no attention. The horizon ahead was peaceful. A nearby star cast a pale light, shining off the hull of the ship. The crew used this time to train. They ran drills in simulation rooms. They practiced moving massive energy beams with exact timing. Every officer drilled on their specialty. They were slow, but they were ready. In the mess hall, a small group of junior officers talked quietly. "Why do they even call this a warship?" one asked. "It looks like a floating fortress, but it barely moves." Another shook his head. "I heard humans think slow is better. They believe speed is not the only way to win. An older engineer, sitting with them, laughed softly. They are not just human. They are smart. They see what others miss. You will learn that soon. Back on the bridge, Laura checked the star charts. There were reports of a trade convoy being attacked by the Varan Syndicate, a ruthless alien empire. Fast fleets were already rushing to defend it. Every alien fleet thought they would arrive first and crush the enemy quickly. But Laura knew better. "Prepare course to the convoy," she said. Adam hesitated. "Commander, the other fleets will reach them first. What if they think we are too late?" Laura's eyes narrowed. "Then they will be surprised." In the engineering deck, Chief Engineer Helen Carter adjusted the reactor. The slow buildup of energy was unusual. Most ships relied on speed and rapid fire. The Horizon Dawn had a different plan. Its core energy was like a sleeping giant, small now, but capable of overwhelming power when fully awake. She knew the crew trusted her, and she trusted them in return. The ship continued through space. Hours passed, and the stars moved slowly. The crew ate small meals, rested in short naps, and kept watch. Everyone knew the mockery of others, but no one let it affect their focus. "Commander, sensors are picking up movement ahead," Adam said. Laura leaned forward. "What kind of movement?" "Enemy ships, large numbers," Adam said. "They have taken position near the convoy. Faster fleets are approaching, but we are still some distance away." Laura nodded. "Good. Let them think they have the advantage. We are not here to rush. We are here to strike with purpose." Outside, the alien ships moved like predators. They did not notice the slow human vessel in the distance. They laughed among themselves, confident that the humans could not intervene in time. Inside, the crew of the Horizon Dawn prepared quietly. Gunners ran simulations of targeting sequences. Shields were calibrated. Every system was double-checked. Laura walked among them, nodding quietly, giving calm instructions. She never raised her voice, but everyone listened. She did not need to shout. Authority came from knowledge and calm confidence. Hours turned into days as the ship approached the conflict zone. Other fleets arrived first, just as Laura expected. Fast ships engaged the Varan Syndicate, and chaos spread. Explosions flashed in distant space, beams of energy lighting up the darkness. The human crew watched from a safe distance, analyzing the battlefield. They noted weak points in the enemy lines. They observed the mistakes of the faster ships. "Patience," Laura said quietly. "We wait for the moment that matters. Then, we act." The crew nodded. They understood. Speed was not strength. Reaction without thought was weakness. They had trained to endure, to survive, and to strike with precision. As the Horizon Dawn continued its slow approach, small alien ships noticed its presence. "It is still coming," one said, surprised. "Even after we started the attack, it is moving slowly, but steadily." Another shook its head. "It will not reach in time. It is too slow. Let it come." Laura smiled faintly. "Let them come," she whispered. "They do not understand yet." In the observation room, Adam watched the stars stretch slowly past the window. "It is strange," he said. "They call it slow and weak. But somehow, it feels calm, like nothing can surprise it." Laura glanced at him. "That is exactly how it should feel. Calm before the storm. When we arrive, we will show them why slow is not weak." The crew continued their preparations. They ran drills, checked every system, and discussed strategy. Everyone had a role. Everyone knew that the Horizon Dawn's speed was not a weakness. It was part of the plan. Finally, the battlefront came into view. Distant explosions painted the darkness with red and gold light. Ships moved quickly, striking and dodging. The fast fleets of other species fought bravely but without strategy. The Horizon Dawn's crew observed silently, noting every move, every mistake. Laura turned to Adam. Soon, Adam, the moment we arrive will change everything. Stay ready. Soon, 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 soon. Stay ready. Adam nodded. I am ready, Commander. And so, the Horizon Dawn continued its slow journey toward the conflict, unmoved by laughter, unmoved by mockery, and unmoved by fear. Its engines hummed steadily, carrying a crew who knew that patience and preparation would be the true strength of humanity. They did not need to arrive first. They only needed to arrive right. The slow human warship was coming. The galaxy laughed. But soon, no one would dare mock it again. The Horizon Dawn continued, its steady glide through space. The battle ahead was already raging. But the human ship showed no sign of panic. Commander Laura Grant stood on the bridge, scanning the distant flashes of energy. Explosions lit the darkness like small suns. Faster fleets darted between enemy ships, firing beams and dodging attacks. Many were already damaged, their hulls glowing with cracks. Adam, Laura said, pointing to the display. Look at their formation. They are rushing without plan. They think speed will win. We will show them patience is stronger than haste. Adam Cole, the second officer, leaned closer to the console. They are trapped near the asteroid field, Commander. The Varen Syndicate set a net. Any ship that moves too fast will get caught. Laura's eyes narrowed. Good. Then the faster ships will struggle first. Our slow approach will keep us safe. Prepare shields, and keep the energy flow stable. We may be slow, but we will arrive unharmed. The crew moved quietly, working in harmony. Engineers monitored the reactor, making sure energy built slowly and steadily. Weapons officers practiced targeting patterns, predicting enemy movements. Every calculation mattered. No one rushed. No one panicked. Outside, the alien fleet screamed past, confident that the human ship would arrive too late to help. They did not see the calm determination of the Horizon Dawn. They only saw slow metal moving through space. Hours passed. Explosions continued to light the distance, but the human ship moved steadily. Commander Laura walked along the bridge, inspecting the stations. Good work, she said to each officer. Keep focus. The moment we strike must be perfect. That is when we show our strength. In the engineering deck, Chief Engineer Helen Carter smiled as she checked the reactor. Energy levels are stable, she said. The slow build will reach full power soon. When it does, the enemy will not expect what comes next. Helena, the weapons officer, tapped the control panel. Targeting systems are ready, Commander. We can fire precise energy beams as soon as we are in range. Laura nodded. We do not fire until the right moment. Patience is our advantage. Outside, the Varen Syndicate ships moved around the trapped convoy. They believed their numbers and speed made them unbeatable. Their large cruisers surrounded the Allies, smaller fighters darted around like insects, and heavy artillery flashed bright in bursts of orange and red. One of the Varen captains spoke over open comms, his voice harsh. The humans are too slow. They will never reach in time. Finish them off. Another laughed. Let them come. I want to see their faces when they realize defeat is inevitable. The Horizon Dawn moved closer. Slowly, steadily. Through space filled with fire and chaos. No one outside noticed its presence. Inside, the crew prepared. Energy from the reactor pulsed lightly, waiting to unleash its full potential. Adam checked the sensors. Commander, enemy ships are beginning to notice us. They see our approach. Laura smiled faintly. Let them see. Let them think they have the advantage. Their overconfidence will be their weakness. The first shots from the Varen fleet came toward the Horizon Dawn. Beams of red energy streaked through space. The thick hull absorbed the attacks without damage. Shields glowed faintly, dispersing the hits. The aliens were surprised. No ship of this slow class should survive even a few strikes. Yet the Horizon Dawn moved untouched. Shields holding, Helen reported. No damage so far. Energy core is stable. Ein. Laura looked out at the enemy. They are focused on speed. That is their mistake. Keep steady, Adam. Wait for the right moment. Minutes passed. Explosions continued, but the Horizon Dawn did not rush. Every officer on board knew the plan. They would strike when the enemy least expected it. Finally, the energy reactor reached full charge. A soft hum filled the deck. Energy pulsed along the hull, creating a dim white glow. Laura turned to her crew. Now, she said quietly. Adam tapped the console. Weapons hummed as they drew power. The core was ready. Every calculation had been checked twice. Every target was aligned. The Horizon Dawn released its first surge of energy. A massive pulse shot outward, moving in a wide wave. The Varan ships nearest the trapped convoy were hit first. Their shields failed, systems fried, and engines disabled. The gravity net that trapped the faster ships collapsed instantly. Confused, the enemy scrambled to respond. The other fleets watched in shock. What is that? One alien captain shouted. How can a single slow ship do this? Laura remained calm. Precision beats speed, she said. Focus beats chaos. Watch and learn. Adam guided the targeting system. Commander, multiple targets can be neutralized in sequence. Shall we proceed? 1, 1, 1, 1. Yes, Laura replied. 1 by 1. No rush. Keep control. Energy beams fired from the Horizon Dawn in precise bursts. Large enemy cruisers lost power, smaller fighters were disabled, and the trapped convoy began to regain freedom. The slower, steady human ship moved through the battlefield like a moving fortress. Every strike was calculated, every move deliberate. The Varan fleet panicked. This cannot be! A slow human ship is destroying our fleet! One captain shouted. Focus fire! Another screamed. Kill it before it reaches full power. But it was too late. The Horizon Dawn's slow approach had allowed it to move unharmed. Every attempt to target it failed. Beams passed through empty space, while the human ship moved steadily, unbroken and unshaken. Inside the bridge, the crew worked in harmony. All systems stable, Helen said. We can continue the strikes. Laura nodded. Good. Keep it steady. No mistakes. We finish this our way. Adam smiled faintly. It is incredible. Every move is perfect. Every attack, precise. Laura turned her eyes back to the battle. This is what patience gives. Strength comes from control, not speed. Remember this. The Horizon Dawn moved closer to the center of the battlefield. Each step of progress was deliberate, measured, unstoppable. The faster fleets now realized the humans were no ordinary species. They had underestimated the slow ship, and the cost was clear. Another energy surge fired, hitting the largest Varan flagship. Systems failed instantly. The ship lost power, drifted, and eventually exploded in a huge burst of light. The Allied convoy watched, stunned. The slow human warship had changed the tide of battle. Commander, Adam said. The enemy is retreating. Smaller ships are trying to flee. Laura's eyes narrowed. Do not celebrate yet. Keep moving. Finish this cleanly. Strike only what is necessary. The crew followed orders perfectly. Energy pulses disabled remaining cruisers without unnecessary destruction. Precision strikes minimized risk to the Allies. Every move reinforced what humans had trained for years. Minutes later, the battlefield grew quiet. The Varan fleet had been defeated. The Allied convoy, once trapped and surrounded, now floated freely. The Horizon Dawn drifted among the wreckage. Its hull glowed faintly from the energy surges it had released. The crew exhaled quietly. No one cheered loudly. Victory was acknowledged with calm satisfaction. They had done what the galaxy said was impossible. They had shown that the slow human warship could survive a battlefield that would destroy faster, flashier ships. Adam turned to Laura. They mocked us before, Commander. They thought we were weak. But we are alive, and we have won. Laura nodded. And this is only the beginning, Adam. Humanity will be remembered, not for rushing, but for enduring, surviving, and striking when it matters most. Outside, the stars seemed calmer now. The Horizon Dawn floated through space, slow but unbroken. The galaxy had laughed at it. But now, respect had replaced mockery. Other fleets observed in awe. The slow ship had become a symbol of discipline, patience, and hidden power. Helen smiled at her instruments. We did it. We showed them. Loke, Branling, also live the Nunaf, and the fans to the Mantor Claws, and the property of the Cinch. We did it. Laura turned to the crew. Yes, we did. But remember, this is just one battle. There will be more. And next time, they may try harder. We must always be ready. Patience and preparation will always be our strength. The Horizon Dawn continued its steady course, leaving the battlefield behind. Its slow engines hummed with quiet pride. The crew worked together, calm, steady, and ready for whatever came next. They had proven that slow did not mean weak. In fact, slow had made them stronger than anyone had ever imagined. The galaxy would not forget this day. A human ship, slow and steady, had defeated the fastest fleets with careful planning, precise strikes, and patient endurance. The Horizon Dawn had become a legend before even leaving the battlefield, and as it glided through the stars, the crew of the human ship knew that this was only the beginning. The galaxy had underestimated them once. They would not make the same mistake again. The Horizon Dawn drifted slowly through space, its hull glowing faintly from the energy pulses it had released in the last battle. Commander Laura Grant stood on the bridge, watching the stars stretch by. The battlefield behind them was quiet now, but the galaxy had already begun to whisper about the human ship. Other fleets had seen it survive attacks that would have destroyed even the fastest warships. They had seen it strike with precise, unstoppable force. Adam Cole leaned over the console. Commander, sensors are showing new enemy ships approaching. They are coming in groups, but they are cautious. I think they have heard the reports of what we did. Laura's eyes narrowed. Good. Let them be careful. Caution will slow them down even more. Patience is our advantage. Keep the shields at full and the energy core stable. The crew moved quietly, preparing for the next engagement. Engineers monitored the reactor, ensuring that the energy buildup remained steady. Weapons officers checked targeting systems, readying the precise bursts that had already turned the tide once. Every crew member knew their part. Every calculation mattered. Outside, the new enemy fleets approached slowly, scanning the area. They had learned from the previous battle that rushing was dangerous. But they still believed numbers would overwhelm the humans. They did not realize that the Horizon Dawn was not a ship that relied on speed or quantity. Its strength was in control, in focus, and in energy that could destroy anything when released at the right moment. On the bridge, Laura watched the sensors. Adam, prepare a full scan of their formations. I want every weak point marked. We strike only when the chance is perfect. Adam nodded and began running the calculations. Commander, they are positioning themselves to surround us. They are cautious, but still confident in their numbers. If we move too fast, they will try to trap us again. Laura smiled faintly. We will not move too fast. We will move smart. The crew of the Horizon Dawn spent the next hours monitoring the enemy. Explosions from distant skirmishes occasionally lit the darkness. But the human ship remained steady. Unlike the other fleets that darted about, reacting to every threat, the Horizon Dawn moved like a fortress, calm and deliberate. "Commander," Adam said, "the enemy is splitting into smaller groups. They are trying to test our defenses." Laura's eyes did not leave the display. "Let them test. We will show them that patience and control beat rushing and chaos." The first group of enemy ships moved closer. They fired cautiously, trying to gauge the Horizon Dawn's strength. Beams of red and green energy struck the hull, but the thick armor absorbed every hit. Shields flared, but no damage was done. Helen Carter, the chief engineer, reported from the deck below. "Shields stable. Reactor energy is steady. We can respond when you give the order." Laura nodded. "Good. Wait for the exact moment. Do not act until I say so." Minutes passed. The enemy ships were growing impatient, moving faster now. They began to see that speed alone could not defeat the human warship. Frustration grew among their ranks. On the bridge, Laura walked slowly, observing her crew. "Remember," she said quietly, "we do not fight every battle. We fight the battle that matters. One well-placed strike can decide everything." Adam nodded. "Commander, we are ready. The targeting systems are fully online. We can strike multiple groups with precise bursts." Laura turned to him. "Then we wait just a moment longer. Let them overextend themselves. That is when we strike." Outside, the enemy ships advanced, believing their numbers gave them an advantage. They had seen other fleets destroyed, but they still thought a direct attack would succeed. They did not see the calm of the humans, the quiet preparation, or the energy building slowly within the ship. Suddenly, a small cruiser moved too close to the Horizon Dawn. It fired a shot at the hull, hoping to test the shields. The beam struck, and the hull absorbed it easily. The ship did not even slow. On the bridge, Laura raised an eyebrow. Adam activated the targeting system. Energy flowed from the reactor to the weapons bays. The ship's engines failed instantly, and it drifted helplessly into space. The other enemy ships reacted, but they were already overextended. Another burst fired, hitting the flagship of the approaching fleet. Systems failed, and the ship glowed before drifting powerless. One by one, the carefully timed energy pulses struck, disabling ships without unnecessary destruction. The enemy fleets began to panic. "How is this possible?" one captain shouted. "They are slow, but they destroy everything." Laura remained calm. "Focus, Adam. Keep moving. Precision beats numbers." The Horizon Dawn advanced slowly, taking each step carefully. It did not rush. Each strike was deliberate, timed perfectly to hit weak points in the enemy formations. Smaller ships tried to retreat, but the pulses from the human ship disabled engines before they could escape. Helen smiled at the reactor controls. "Commander, we still have plenty of energy. We can continue to fire bursts without risk to the ship." Laura nodded. "Good. Keep the energy steady. We finish this cleanly. No mistakes." The Horizon Dawn became the center of the battlefield. Other fleets watched in awe as a single, slow human ship dismantled the enemy's carefully planned attack. Beams of energy cut through enemy cruisers with precision. Systems failed across the Varan fleet. The slow human ship was unstoppable. Adam tapped the console. "Commander, we can target the remaining groups simultaneously. The energy core is fully charged." Laura smiled faintly. "Do it. One precise strike at a time. Move like we have trained. Strike only what is necessary." Energy pulses shot from the Horizon Dawn, hitting every target. The enemy flagship exploded in a huge flash of light. Smaller cruisers lost power instantly. The remaining Varan ships attempted to regroup, but they were already too weak. On the bridge, the crew worked together in perfect harmony. Every officer knew their role. Every calculation had been checked. Every strike was precise. The Horizon Dawn moved steadily, like a giant moving through chaos, untouched and unshaken. The enemy commander realized the mistake too late. We underestimated them. Focus fire. Destroy that ship. But their attacks failed. Every beam, every missile, every strike missed or was absorbed. The slow human ship moved deliberately, avoiding traps and attacks without haste. Adam spoke quietly. "Commander, the remaining ships are trying to flee. They know they cannot win." Laura nodded. "Do not let them escape. Precision, Adam." One last sequence. Energy flowed into the weapons bays. The final pulses fired, hitting the remaining cruisers. Engines failed, shields collapsed, and the ships drifted, powerless. The battlefield was quiet again. The Horizon Dawn floated among the wreckage, its hull glowing faintly from the energy pulses it had released. The crew exhaled quietly. Victory was theirs. Not through speed, not through numbers, but through patience, preparation, and precise strikes. Laura turned to Adam. "They mocked us. They laughed at our slow ship. But now they will remember. Humanity does not need to rush to win." Adam nodded. "We showed them. Strength comes from control, not haste. The galaxy will not forget this." Outside, the stars stretched calmly. The Horizon Dawn moved steadily through space, a symbol of human patience and power. The crew knew that their way of fighting slow, precise, and deliberate was stronger than any fast fleet. Helen spoke softly from the engineering deck. "We have shown them what the human ship can do. It is not just strong, it is unbreakable." Laura smiled faintly. "Yes, Helen. And this is only the beginning. The galaxy has underestimated humanity once. They will not make the same mistake again." The Horizon Dawn continued its slow course through space. The battle was over, but the reputation of the slow human ship had grown. Other fleets now watched it with awe, respect, and fear. The once mocked vessel had become a legend in the making. The crew remained calm, steady, and focused. They had proven that speed was not everything, that patience and preparation could overcome any challenge. And they knew that whatever came next, humanity would meet it with the same steady determination. The slow human warship had arrived, and it had become the most powerful presence in the battlefield. The galaxy could mock no longer.